Hello, my name is Rob, the Ignorant Entrepreneur, and today I wanted to give my current understanding of the NFT space and where I believe the value lies for the future. So real quickly, simply how I would explain an NFT is an NFT is authenticated through a blockchain as a one-of-a-kind digital asset. And the way I'm looking at NFTs are as largely as passes or keys, access to information that you wouldn't otherwise have. So you have this NFT, it's able to authenticate that you have like an official copy of that NFT, and you might get special privileges in like a Discord group. And so one of the NFTs that I had that I was put on by Hoke Hustles you can find him on Twitter at Hoke Hustles, was the Champs Pass. And sort of how this works, you can kind of see here on OpenSea, they have this one item, and right now that's what it's trading at. And if we go into the Discord, and I go here into the Champs channel, I guess you would call it, or server, you're able to see they've got quite a bit of information, and you can enter these raffles. So you can see here there's actually a new raffle that I can enter, and these raffles are for Whitelist. And so for those of you that are unfamiliar with Whitelist, they're essentially just ways to get into like a project pre-sale. So if you're in a project pre-sale, you're able to get in at a cheaper price than like a public launch for the NFT. And it actually affords you an opportunity because a lot of these projects, they'll give you some time to allow, like they have a set amount of spots that they'll give. So it's not like first come, first serve. Although in a lot of projects, they just manage it very terribly. So there'll be looping and people are just taking away those spots. But typically those spots are set. And you're able to see after they allow you to get it from like the whitelist, you're able to see on OpenSea what it's going to be trading at. So in other words, I don't think I worded that really well. And otherwise, you're able to see what it's trading for before you actually buy it. So if the whitelist price is lower than the OpenSea price, it might make sense for you to buy it so you can just go ahead and quickly flip it on the OpenSea market. And of course, on OpenSea, you'll be able to see things like how often it's selling and, its activity, things like that. So, yes, again, this Champs only NFT is serving as a key to get into this, to get into these raffles and ultimately get into these whitelists that will help me trade or get a quick profit. And I actually had my first success this past weekend with a project that I was able to sell. And it was called Kureiji. And so I had a whitelist for that. And I took some screenshots that I can share here with you guys. So this was a setup. You can actually see the date and everything like that when they were ready for people to get their NFT. And, I went onto the site and actually everyone was able to mint 2 of the NFTs. And so I actually put them out. So I was able to mint the NFTs at a price of, and it doesn't show here, but it was like 0.07. And you're able to see that I was able to sell, or I at least listed these for double the price. And so yeah, that was actually me whitelisting and getting 2, and I said it was like 0.07, so it was a little cheaper than that. You see, for 2 I was able to get them for just about 0.14. And this is just in general, these were what the NFTs were selling for, and I was actually able to sell mine. Yeah, here's the actual sale. So you can actually see that I was able to sell both of these to this user and this user. And you're probably looking at the NFT like it's all the same thing. That's because they haven't revealed it yet. So a lot of times the NFT projects, they'll release the spots and then they'll do like a reveal later on to kind of keep in anticipation for the project. And so, but yeah, that was, you're able to see that I was able to turn 0.138 into 0.37. Of course, I had zero point 0.2 in to start with, so I guess what is that? 0.06 was I already had, but the rest of it is just profit. So that was one of the success stories that I had. But something that I want to bring light to, and I think people should know, is also there's a very inconsistent side to the NFT market right now. And the con was, how I mentioned earlier, you can have whitelist spots, but in some projects they're just not really done well. And they're like ways that people can mint more than they're supposed to. This was such a project where that happened. And here's their little apology, but I had a whitelist, and the project did really well to start with. I'm not really sure what it's at now because I don't care, because I couldn't get in. And a lot of people just took away the whitelist spots that I was supposed to be guaranteed and promised from the project. So the project literally didn't deliver what they said they were going to for their whitelist.